Before we forget, I want to talk to you about the difference between coming and coming. Coming and coming. And here, yeah.
I think I
So,
see the difference between these two
yeah.
words.
So oftentimes when we sing, we say coming.
Coming.
Like in the song. When I send you the song, you'll hear coming. But when we speak, we say coming.
Coming.
Or if I say, Anastasia, where are you? And you might say, coming. Or I'm coming. So I just didn't want. Okay. So to our article, it's very long. Did you have a chance to read the article?
No, I just watched the videos.
Okay. Here's the. Let me give you the link again.
Oh, I'm already opening it. Yeah.
Oh,
I
you're ahead
opened
of
that.
me. Okay. Yeah. You're ahead of me. Okay. And let me get it open. Aaron Ralston.
Ralston.
Ralston. Ralston. Yeah.
Ralston.
Not Ralston. 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 There you go.
Ralston.
Aaron Ralston.
Aaron Ralston.
And there's tons of vocabulary in here. It's a very good vocabulary and phrasal verbs. There's your favorite word, mountain.
Mountain, I see. Yeah, my favorite
Mountain.
one.
Yeah.
Mountain.
I will read the first sentence, and then we'll discuss some of the phrasal verbs. And then I'll have you read it, okay?
Okay.
So, Aaron Ralston, a 27-year-old mountain sports fanatic from Colorado in the United States, found himself in dire straits alone in a canyon in the desert when a 500-kilogram rock came crashing down the canyon to smash his right hand and trap it against the canyon wall. So, what does it mean to be in dire straits?
I suppose it means to be alone in a canyon. No, I'm not.
True. It means you're in. It means you're in. You're very desperate. You're very maybe in a panic. You're in big trouble.
This phrase, dire straits, right?
Dire straits. Yeah, it means you're in big trouble. Big trouble. Like if your car broke down in the middle of the night on a lonely highway where there were no other cars, you would be in dire straits.
Dire straits. I see.
You would be in trouble. Okay, what does it mean the rock came crashing down?
The rock fell down.
Yeah, fell down. Yeah, things that crash down, waves, ocean waves crash down. Trees can come crashing down. If your cat jumps up on your bookcase or your bookshelf, your bookshelf can come crashing down.
Yeah, with a cat.
Okay, go ahead and read that first sentence for me.
Aaron Ralston, a 27-year-old mountain sports fanatic from Colorado in the United States, found himself in dire straits alone in a canyon in the desert when a 500-kilogram rock came crashing down the canyon to smash his right hand and trap it against the canyon wall.
Okay. Now let's try to say that again, but with your tongue relaxed down, because I can hear your tone being smashed up to the roof of your mouth
Mm.
with your tongue relaxed down. It's going to be hard. Yeah.
Aaron Ralston, a 27-year-old mountain sports fanatic from Colorado in the United States, found himself in dire straits alone in a canyon in the desert when a 500-kilogram rock came crashing down the canyon to smash his right hand and trap it against the canyon wall. Wow.
Very good. That was much
Yeah, thank
better.
you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I tried to hold my tongue. I don't know how to say it where. Yeah, down in my mouth.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe where it is.
Yeah,
It's kind of
but
like it goes down here somewhere.
yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now while you're speaking, the tongue down, try to think about the letter R. R as you're speaking. Um, okay, I'll read the sentence and then I'll have you read it.
Uh-huh.
A terrible accident, but the situation was made all the more serious because on this occasion, Aaron had failed to tell anyone where he was going.
I see. A terrible accident. But the situation was made all the more serious because on this occasion Aaron had failed to tell anyone where he was
Good.
going.
Where
Mm-hmm.
he was going. Yeah.
Where he was going.
Mhm. Okay. So, remember when you say the word climbing, the B is silent.
Climbing. Mm-hmm.
Climbing. What does it mean when your plans fall through?
Plans for had and plans for travel companions had fallen through. Didn't happen. They were cancelled. These plans were cancelled.
Mhm.
Something went
Mhm.
wrong. I think this.
Mhm. And then
Mm,
the next one, on the spur of the moment. Moment.
for the
Notice
moment,
I don't say the T. Moment.
moment.
Mhm.
On the spur of the spur.
That just
Uh,
means at the last minute.
mhm.
No
What
planning.
is
On the spur
what
of the
is the
moment.
sound for spur? Like bird or
Yeah. Yeah. Bird.
spur, spur, spur,
Spur. Spur.
spur,
Mhm.
spur.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'll read this for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, at the last minute, the plans for a trip with his climbing partners had fallen through. And on the spur of the moment, he decided to head out on his own to cycle up a long mountain trail, leave his bike, and then walk down the Blue John Canyon.
Mm-hmm. At the last minute, the plans for a trip with his climbing partners had fallen through, and on the spur of the moment, he decided to head out on his own to cycle up along. Oh, it's difficult. Sorry. And on the spur of the moment, he decided to head out on his own to cycle up a long mountain trail, leave his bike, and then walk down the Blue John Canyon.
Very good. As you struggled, I could hear your tongue going back up. Yeah. So it might help you to use your hands. Yeah.
Mm,
So especially when you get to a part where it's a little difficult to read,
mhm,
Use your hands to go down, 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 or down like
down.
this. Either way, whichever one
Mhm.
helps. Down like this or down like this.
Seven, through, through, yeah,
Okay,
I see.
I see. No one had the slightest idea where he was.
No one had the slightest idea where he was. Where he
Very
was.
good. I liked your intonation on that. That was good.
Yeah, I cried.
Hmm. So, what does slightest idea mean?
mm, the slightest. They. I don't know how to explain this. No one had any idea where he was,
Hmm.
even the
Yeah.
smallest idea where he was.
Yes, exactly. That's it. Exactly. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After 3 days of not seeing or hearing any signs of life, Aaron realized he would die there if he didn't do something drastic. This is
Drastic.
going to be
What?
difficult for you near the end. Didn't do
Didn't do.
something,
Didn't do.
didn't do
Didn't
something
do.
drastic.
Didn't they? How to pronounce
Didn't, didn't.
didn't do.
Yeah, that's because we have the do and the didn't together. So we have it's too
Mm-hmm.
many consonants.
Didn't do,
Didn't
didn't
do,
do,
didn't do.
didn't do
Mhm.
something drastic.
Good.
What does drastic mean? I don't know this word.
Drastic. Oh,
Drastic.
drastic means that you do something you would think you would never ever do.
Mm,
We a lot of times we say drastic measures. It's like if see, there was a story of doctor on a ship, and he
uh-huh.
got very sick and had to do surgery on himself
Oh,
because
yeah,
there
I
was
think,
no one to do the yeah, I think you know the story. No, there was no
yeah,
one to do the surgery. That was a drastic measure. So,
yeah,
because if he
yeah, I
didn't,
see.
he would die, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I see.
Okay, let's read this sentence.
After three, after 3 days of not seeing, hearing any sign of life, Aaron realized he would die there if he didn't do something drastic. Didn't do
Good.
something drastic.
Did,
Mhm.
we want
Did,
the
did, did, didn't,
eh
didn't,
up here.
didn't, 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 didn't,
Didn't do, didn't
didn't
do,
do, didn't
didn't
do,
do. Mm,
didn't do, didn't
good.
do. Mhm.
Drastic. Hmm.
He didn't do something drastic.
Good.
And
Uh, so the course of action, that's the path he took, was
mhm.
horrific.
Horrific.
Horrific means absolutely horrible.
Yeah, yeah, I see. Mhm.
But the course of action was horrific, but there was no other way.
The course of action was horrific, but there was no other way.
Good. I
No other
liked your
way. Mhm.
tone. Very good tone.
I tried.
Mhm. You're doing well. Yeah. Okay. He had some straps that he could use to make a tourniquet. Tourniquet.
Tourniquet,
Mhm,
tourniquet.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
To
Tourniquet.
stop himself bleeding to death when he cut the arteries. Arteries.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't see this word. Um,
Arteries. That's like your veins. It's where your blood flows. Your blood
ah,
flows in your arteries.
arteries. Yeah, I see. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay, so where was I?
He would have to amputate his right hand. It's the third lane.
Oh, I think I must have skipped a line or something. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Uh, the course of action was horrific, but there was no other way. He would have to amputate his right hand.
Mhm. The course of action was horrific, but there was no other way. He would have to amputate his right hand. Hand. Hand.
Good. Hand.
Hand. Yeah. You don't
Mhm.
pronounce D.
Hand.
You was going to pronounce it, but you don't. Hand. Hand.
Yeah, it's like your little flutter again. Hand.
Mm-hmm.
Hand.
Hand. Hand. Hand.
And so if you
Hand.
take your hand by your face, hand. Hand.
Second. Hand. 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 Right?
Hearing
Yeah.
hand,
Uh-huh.
let it go. Hand. Hand.
Hand. Hand. Hand. Hand. Hand.
Okay. Let me look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's almost as if I'm making a very small. You can barely hear it. I'm going to make it louder
Hand.
just to exaggerate.
Uh-huh. Hand.
It's like a little
Hand.
puff of air. Hand.
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 Hand. Hand.
There you go.
Hand.
Tiny puff of
Hand.
air. Hand.
Hand. Hand.
Hand.
Hand.
Hand.
Hand.
Good.
Hand.
Okay. Let's go back.
Uh-huh.
Let's go back. Okay. Oops. To the right page. Okay. He would have to amputate his right hand. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, fortunately, that has an
Fortunately.
invisible ch in it. Fortunately.
Fortunately.
Fortunately,
Fortunately.
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
he had a small multi-tool knife. He had
Multi-tool.
a small multi-tool knife with him. And you hear how my voice goes up and down? And
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
he had some straps that he could use to make a tourniquet to stop himself bleeding to death when he cut the arteries.
Conductories. Sorry,
So let's take that.
do you pronounce
Mhm.
letter T in the word that? Do you pronounce uh, because I heard that
See
you didn't
that
pronounce this T.
that.
I heard some
It's like
that
hand, but that.
that. Ah, yeah, I
It's
see.
almost the same.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
that that. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Fortunately, he had a small multi-tool knife with him. Let's do that much.
Fortunately, had a small multi-tool knife with him. Knife with him.
Okay,
Knife.
tongue down.
Uh-huh.
I'm hearing
Uh,
knife. We went knife,
uh,
knife.
Fortunately, had a small multi-tool knife with him. Knife with him. Not
Yeah,
knife.
you
Mhm.
have hard time with the I sound, don't you? I,
I, I,
knife.
knife. I, knife.
There you go. Knife,
Knife,
knife.
knife,
Uh-huh.
knife,
He had
knife.
a small multi-tool knife with him,
He had a small multi-tool knife with him,
and he had some straps.
and he had some straps. He had some straps.
Mhm. That
Mhm.
good. That he could a tourniquet
That he could use to make a tourniquet. That he could use
to
to
stop
make a
him.
tourniquet. Mhm.
Good.
Sorry. Yeah.
To stop himself bleeding to death
Stop himself bleeding to death
when he cut the arteries.
when he got the arteries. When he got the arteries.
Mhm. Not the arteries. When he cut the
The,
arteries.
the,
When he cut the
the arteries.
arteries.
When he got the
Cut
arteries. When
cut
he got the
the
cut,
cut the
cut the, when he got the arteries.
arteries. Yeah.
Arteries.
Yeah.
Arteries.
It's too hard to say the T and the together. So we go cut the. There's our
Cut,
sound again.
cut the,
Cut the
cut the, cut the. Mm-hmm.
the
The,
cut the.
cut the, cut the, cut the. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I'm doing okay. So cut
Cut the,
the.
cut the,
There you
cut
go.
the,
Yeah, see how the
cut
tongue
the.
is right here? Cut
Let me see.
the.
Cut
Cut
the,
the. Cut
cut
the.
the, cut
Let me
the,
see your finger.
the,
Cut
the,
the.
cut the, cut the,
There you
the,
go.
cut
The.
the,
The.
cut the, cut the,
Mhm.
cut the
This is
arteries.
helping
Cut the,
you remember your
mhm,
th, and it's
the,
also
the,
helping you remember the
cut
sound.
the, cut the,
The.
cut the arteries. Cut the
Good.
arteries. Cut the arteries. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ah, disgusting. The knife. Here we have knife again.
Knife, I,
I,
the knife,
knife.
knife, the
Good.
knife, the
The
knife
knife had two blades.
had two blades. The knife had two blades. Blades.
Let me hear your knife. Knife
Knife,
had. Knife
knife
had
had, knife had, knife had
two. Had
two, two,
two.
two
Okay,
blades.
so listen carefully.
Uh-huh.
The knife had two blades. The knife had two blades. The knife had two blades.
The knife had two blades. The knife had two
Perfect.
blades. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay. When he tried, when he tried with the larger, when he tried with the larger blade,
When,
when he tried with the larger blade, he found.
uh,
When he tried with the larger
when,
blade, he found
when,
that.
you don't pronounce some letters. I can't get which one.
Mhm.
When it tried, when it
Yeah. Okay, I'll
when it
I'll read it
tried.
nice and slow for you, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When he tried with the larger blade,
When it tried
when
with
he
the
tried
larger
with the
blade,
larger blade,
when it tried
he
when he found that
mhm,
he found
that it was,
that was that
that it
that
that it
that that it was. So now you pronounce this last T, right? That it was,
that it
that it
mhm,
was. Mm-hmm.
that it yeah, whenever you see that and it's always sounds like
That
that
it
it.
that it was.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Too blunt, too blunt
Too
to cut.
blunt, too blunt to cut, too blunt to
Mhm,
cut the skin,
mhm. Too
the
blunt to
skin,
cut the skin. Mhm.
too blunt to cut the
Okay,
skin.
let's try that sentence again.
You first.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. When he
Mhm.
tried.
When he tried with a larger blade, found that it was he found that it was too blunt to cut the skin. Yeah, it's difficult.
Good.
When he tried with
Mhm.
a larger blade, he found that it was too blunt to cut the skin. To cut the skin.
Good. That was
Yeah.
better. Yeah, because before you were and cut, and so it's more like
Cut, cut,
cut, uh,
cut,
uh, uh.
cut, cut,
Put your finger
cut.
here. You have to go find your
Let me
cut,
see.
cut,
Cut, cut, cut,
cut,
cut,
cut.
cut, cut.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Mm.
Found that
Oh
it.
no, I know. Shake it off. Get off. Mhm. No, you're making good progress. You are. I can hear a definite improvement between last lesson and the lesson before that. I can hear a big improvement.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
still difficult to see all these moments in the text. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it's difficult to notice that this letter you shouldn't read, and this letter you should read. Yeah.
Okay, well, keep in mind that when the last letter of a word ends in a consonant and the next word begins in a consonant, it's too hard to say two consonants together.
Yeah.
So we blend the two words.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in the next paragraph, how would you say following day?
The
You
following,
would not say following day. How would you
yeah,
say it?
following day, following day, the
Following
following day,
day. Ing
following
day.
day,
So you're
fol-
ing day. So your tongue
following
is here
day,
ing day.
in day, in day,
Day.
the following day.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Good.
Oh, I just thought maybe, in Russian we have many consonants,
Mhm.
and it's easy for us to say a lot of consonants together. So maybe that's why
Mm.
Russian are trying
Yeah.
to say all consonants they see in the words, in the sentences. Yeah, it's pretty easy,
Yeah.
pretty easy for us.
Okay. Well, let's practice just doing word combinations, okay?
Mhm.
The next one with two hard sounds. When I say hard sounds, they could be consonants or like a consonant. So THE is another consonant sound. The. So
Uh-huh.
he found the D and the
And,
are very close to each other. He
uh-huh.
found the. So your D
Found
slides
the
into your the. Found the.
found
Found
the
the.
courage. Found the
Try,
courage.
yeah, try your
Found the
finger.
found
Found
the
the.
found
Found
the
the.
found the found the he found the
Good.
courage. He found the courage. The
Courage to. Courage to.
courage. Do you pronounce how do you pronounce courage?
Courage. Courage.
Courage.
Yeah,
Courage.
it looks like courage, and I think the
Courage.
British say courage.
Courage.
Well,
Courage.
Americans just say courage, like
Courage.
KER.
Courage.
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 Mhm.
Courage. He found the
Courage
courage. Mm-hmm.
to try.
To try. To try. To try.
Okay, the shorter.
The shorter. The
Shorter.
shorter.
That's like your flutter
Shorter.
word.
Yeah. The
Shorter, flutter,
shorter.
butter. Tur,
Mm-hmm.
tur, tur, tur,
The
tur, tur.
shorter. The shorter.
We haven't talked about fur yet.
The shorter. The shorter.
The
The shorter.
shorter blade.
The
So the
shorter
ER
blade.
sound is a vowel sound. So you could go shorter blade.
Shorter blade. Blade.
Mhm.
Shorter
Blade.
blade. Blade.
Mhm.
Blade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you do not want to say blade. No, 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 no.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say
Blade.
blade, blade.
Blade. Blade.
You almost have
Mm-hmm.
that throat sound. Blade,
Blade.
blade.
Blade. Blade.
Mhm.
Blade.
Good.
Blade. A. A.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay, let's do that much. The following day, he found the courage to try the shorter blade.
The following day, he found the courage to try the shorter. It's difficult. The following day, he found the courage. Courage. The following day, he found the courage to try the shorter blade. The shorter blade.
Good. Mhm.
Mhm.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. And with that,
And with that, and with that, with
he
that,
managed to. It's like a there's your invisible ch. Managed, managed to, manage.
managed
It's like a
to,
CHJ almost. Managed to.
managed to, managed to, managed
Oh, you
to.
got that perfect.
Managed
And with that,
to
he managed to cut through the skin.
through the skin. And with that, he managed to cut through the skin. And with that, he
Good.
managed to cut through the skin. Mm-hmm. And
Mhm.
with that, he managed to cut through the skin. Mm.
Okay, let's go on. Unless you have a question.
No, no, I don't. I just repeat again and again.
Okay. Okay, don't lose sight of what you're doing. Relax. Our tongue is so relaxed.
I'm so concentrated on remembering all these things.
Well, the more you use your hands when you speak, that will train amazingly. This little tool here with fingers on it
High
will
five.
train the brain. You're trying too hard to make your train brain. You're trying too hard to have your brain train itself. When you have all these tools here to use, called
Yeah.
your hands, to help you so you don't have to think so much. Yeah.
Mm.
So you've got your eh. Remember when we were doing eh? You got your eh down really good. You got your
Mm-hmm.
I.
A,
Your I
A,
sounds great. You've made
A.
progress with your I and your eh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, I'm sorry. E, E,
E,
I,
E,
eh.
E,
I'm
E,
sorry. There we go.
E,
E, I,
E, E,
eh.
E,
Yeah.
E, E,
Yeah, you
E.
got that down. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And you're good with your I.
I, I,
See, you've made
I.
progress. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're just trying to relax the tongue. Remember your
Trying to
R,
relax the
R.
tongue.
Mhm.
R. Mm-hmm.
R, not
R.
R. This is what I'm hearing. R, R.
R.
Hear the difference?
R.
R, R,
R. R. R.
R. Relax your tongue on your
R.
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 R. R.
Good. Yeah. You got the other sounds down. So what I'm hearing is that you're feeling a little frustrated because you're not over here,
Mhm.
but you're forgetting everything
Mhm.
that you have learned from so you've made progress.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So now your
Yeah.
bicycle is not so wobbly. Remember last time we were talking about the bicycle? I can't ride my
Yeah.
bicycle. I'm going to fall. Now you're doing better on your bicycle. You can go
Mhm.
faster.
Yeah, I hope so.
Mhm. You are. Yeah, sure you are. Okay. Only when he made a large hole in his arm. Oh, want to try that?
Yeah, I found the line.
Mhm.
Only when he had sorry, only when he had made a large hole in his arm,
Arm.
arm,
Mhm.
arm, arm.
Good, that's better. Only when he made a large hole in his arm did he did he
Did he?
realize mhm, did
Did
he
he?
realize that it was
Did,
going
did Oh, just a second. Did he realize that it was
mhm,
going
to be impossible?
to be impossible, to be impossible,
Good. I like your "tuh." That was a good "tuh."
but
To be to
to
be
be
impossible.
to be impossible, to be impossible.
Mhm. Only when he had made a large hole in his arm did he realize that it was going to be impossible to use any of the little tools on his knife.
Only when he had only when he had made a large hole in his arm did he did he did hmm,
Did he?
one more time. Did he?
Mhm,
Which
mhm.
sounds do you pronounce that? Did,
Okay.
did he?
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah, there's
Did,
not enough time to there's actually not enough time to actually get the out in the he.
did he?
Did
Did
he?
he?
Did he?
Did he? Did he? Did he?
because
Did he
you're going
realize?
he and realize. Did he realize?
Did he realize? Did he realize? Did he realize? Did he
Hmm.
realize? Uh,
Okay.
One more time. Only when he had made a large hole in his arm did he realize that it was going to be impossible to use any of the little tools on his knife to cut through the
Okay.
bones. Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's try that again. And you've got the first part pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Only when he had made a large hole in his arm.
Arm. Only when he had only it's so many songs. Only when he had made a large hole in his
Good.
arm. Mhm.
Did he realize? I need to
Did
hear
he
the
realize?
did he?
Did he realize? Did he realize? Did he?
Good. Did
I want to
he?
say
Yeah.
L.
No,
I
you
don't
got it
know.
right.
Did he
Oh, did he
realize?
realize?
Did
Uh-huh.
he realize? Mm-hmm.
That it was going
That
to
it was
be going to be impossible.
going to be impossible, going to be impossible, going to be
Mhm.
impossible
Good. To use any of the little
to use any of the little
tools on his knife
tools on his knife, tools on his knife, mhm,
to cut through the bones.
to cut through the bones, to cut through the bones, to cut
Perfect.
through the bones.
Perfect. Pat yourself on the back. Yeah, you do. Did you do celebrate? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Nice. Mm-hmm. After,
After,
after.
after,
Mm,
after,
mhm. After another 24 hours. After another 24 hours of pain and despair.
after another 24 hours of pain and despair,
Mhm.
after
The
another,
idea,
mhm.
after, I'll read it again. After another 24 hours of pain and despair.
After another 24 hours of pain and despair,
Hmm. I want to hear another. See how my mouth
another,
is
just a second, another,
er.
another,
That's
uh,
better. Yeah,
another,
other.
another, another,
That's much
uh,
better.
uh,
Yeah, with your hand
another,
here, I think that helps.
another. Uh-huh.
So we have another brother,
Brother, another, brother,
bother. Mhm,
bother.
mhm. Good. That's much better.
Mm-hmm.
After, same sound,
After,
after.
after, after, after,
Mhm.
after,
Good.
after, uh-huh,
After, yeah.
after,
After, ft, we have the ft sound, of course. After, after another 24 hours of pain and despair. Despair. Now we have the
despair,
air, air.
air, air, air,
Good.
air,
Air. Mhm.
air.
The good. The idea and the strength came to him in a flash.
The,
Try that much.
the idea and the strength came to him in a flash.
Okay, relax tongue. The
Ah,
idea,
the idea,
idea.
the idea and the strength came to him in a flash. Came to him in a flash.
Okay, with the word stray, strength.
Strength,
That's hard
strength,
because you're trying to have the relaxed tongue, but it needs to go update to make the inth sound. Inth.
strength, strength,
Strength.
strength,
So,
strength,
so it's like you're open and then it's closed. That's
strength,
going to be tricky for you. Yeah.
strength,
Strength.
strength,
Strength.
strength,
Strength.
strength,
Good.
strength.
Yeah.
strength,
So
strength. Mhm.
that's better. So the idea and the strength
The
came to
idea
him
and
in
the
a
strength
flash.
came to him in
Hmm.
a flash
Good. On the sixth day. Sixth day.
on the sixth day, on the sixth day, on the sixth
Hmm.
day. Mm-hmm.
That was good. That's perfect. No changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With a final burst of energy.
With a final burst of energy, with a final burst, with a final burst of energy,
Good.
energy, energy, energy,
Mhm. He
energy.
broke
Mhm.
both bones.
He broke both bones. He broke both bones. He broke
Excellent.
both bones. Mhm.
Okay, now careful on your arm.
Arm. In his arm and freed himself. In his arm,
Arm. Or might help
arm,
you to say it this way. Arm. Arm.
arm, arm,
Good.
arm.
He broke both bones in his arm and freed
Free,
himself.
freed
Elf.
himself. He broke both bones in his arm and freed himself. He freed
I'm
himself.
so proud of you.
Ah.
Wow. I'm seeing you like grow, 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 grow. Fantastic. Yeah. All right. The ordeal. So he broke his bones by himself. Ugh.
Um, yeah.
But the ordeal was not over. The
What does it
ordeal was not
mean?
over.
Yeah. Ordeal.
Ordeal, this big problem he had with his arm stuck in the rock in his
Mm-hmm.
hand. It was
Mm-hmm.
not over. Needs to
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm. I wrote down this word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he was free, but now he was still stuck on the mountain with his hand missing. And he
Yeah.
had to find a way to get down the mountain. So the ordeal was not over. So the ordeal was not over, though.
Um, their their deal was not over though. Their
Mhm.
ordeal was not over though. O-
Ordeal. We have lots of sounds in that one. Ordeal.
Ordeal,
Ordeal.
ordeal, ordeal, ordeal,
The ordeal was
ordeal,
not I guess you could say ill. Ordeal.
or,
Ordeal.
ordeal,
Ordeal.
ordeal,
Yeah,
ordeal.
that's fine. You could say it that way.
The the deal was
The
not over
ordeal was
though.
not over, though.
Uh-huh.
Away from help.
He was still a long way from help. He was still a long way from help.
Mhm. Good. He had to carefully strap up.
He had to carefully strap up. He had to
Okay.
carefully strap up.
Okay, listen closely. Air, air, care.
Care, care, carefully, carefully,
There you
air.
go. He had to carefully strap up.
He had to carefully strap up. He had to
Mhm.
carefully strap up
His right arm,
his
arm,
right arm, arm, arm,
mhm, and then find a way
and then find a way, and then find a way,
of lo-
and then find a way.
mhm, of lower of lowering. That's a hard word. Lowering.
Lowering. Oh, lowering. Uh, could you
Lowering. Uh-huh.
lowering, lowering?
Mhm.
Could you please write this for me? How do you pronounce this?
Sure. Not a word you'll say very often. So
Yeah,
we have, let's see, lowering sounds like lowering,
lowering, lowering,
low, some
lowering,
lower.
lowering, lowering, lowering.
I'm
or
trying. Yeah, I'm trying
lowering?
my best to do it phonetically for you. Here you go. Lowering, lowering.
Lowering, lowering,
Mhm.
lowering. The of lowering himself. Lowering.
Himself. Mhm.
Himself, himself.
Down down a
Down,
20-meter drop.
down, down a 20-meter drop. Down a 20-meter
Okay,
drop.
let's work on the number 20. 20.
20, 20.
Mhm.
How do you pronounce this? 20?
20. 20.
20. 20. You
Mhm.
don't
I'll write it
pronounce
for you.
T sound? 20,
Nope.
20, 20.
20. Unless you must enunciate it carefully so there's no misunderstanding. But
20,
speaking
20,
casually, we just say 20.
20,
And, you know,
20,
how much money do you have? I have 20 bucks.
20 bucks, 20 bucks,
Mhm.
20 bucks, 20 bucks. I see.
I have 20 bucks. Oh, okay. So, yeah, 20.
20, 20, uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Lowering himself down a 20-meter drop in the canyon with a rope.
Lowering himself down a 20-minute drop in the canyon with a rope. With a rope.
Mm. And
Um,
only his left
and
arm.
and only his left arm. Arm,
Mhm.
arm, and only his left arm. His left
Mhm.
arm. Mm-hmm.
Let me hear you more relaxed on your R. R. That's a hard one
Arm,
for you.
arm,
Arm.
arm, arm, arm,
Okay. Arm. Let's do it with your hand.
arm,
Arm.
arm,
Arm.
arm, arm, arm,
Mhm.
arm,
Okay. Focus back. Forward.
arm,
Okay. There you go. Arm. Yeah.
arm, arm,
Good. That's
arm,
perfect. That's perfect.
arm,
And then and
and
then
then
walk the 10 kilometers and then walk the 10 kilometers back to his car.
walk the 10 kilometers back to his car.
Kilometers. Da 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 da
Kilom
da da da. There's your
kilometers,
flutter.
kilometers,
Kilometers. There
kilometers,
you go. And then walk the 10 kilometers.
and then walk the 10 kilometers back to his car. Back to his car.
Good.
Car. And then walk
Car.
the 10
Car. Uh-huh.
kilometers back to his car.
Good. Car. Yeah.
Car. Car.
Yep. Don't
Car.
forget your because then you would sound like
Car.
you're from Boston.
Oh.
If you don't say your R, you'd sound like you're from Boston.
Mhm.
In Boston, they
They,
don't say their
they
R's.
don't pronounce. Oh, I see.
Oh my goodness. Let's get through this paragraph. Uh, despite his engine, oh God, see, I can't even say this word. Eng,
Mhm.
ingenuity. See, I have problems with some words too, believe it or not. It took me a long time to learn how to say words like synonym. I still have a hard time
Synonym.
saying
Synonym. Synonym.
synonym and
Synonym.
cinnamon. Cinnamon.
Synonym.
Cinnamon.
Synonyms. Mountain.
Uh,
Cinnamon,
I know those are hard
cinnamon.
words to say.
Yeah.
In okay, it is ingenuity. Ingenuity. Okay,
Ingenuity.
remember TY sounds like what?
The ingenuity,
Not
ingenuity,
not D, it's your flutter D.
in, in,
Ingenuity. D. Like this.
ingenuity, ingenuity,
Ingenuity.
ingenuity, 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 ingenuity,
D. I want to hear
ingenuity,
the E though. In okay, listen carefully. Ingenuity. Ingenuity.
Ingenuity.
E,
Ingenuity.
e,
D, 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 D.
We're up high. E. Ingenuity.
Ingenuity. Ingenuity. Ingenuity.
There you
D, D,
go.
D,
Good.
D. Ingenuity.
Good.
Ingenuity. Uh-huh.
E. Okay, now close your eyes. I want you to hear yourself say the word party. Party.
Party. Party.
Party.
Party.
Party. Are you
Party.
guys closed?
Party.
Okay.
Party. Party.
Par.
Party.
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 D.
Party.
There
Party.
you go.
Party.
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 Mhm.
Party. Party.
Let's do a simpler word like patty. Patty.
Paddy.
Patty.
Paddy. Paddy. Paddy.
Mhm.
Paddy.
Mhm.
Paddy. Party. Party. Party.
Maybe just doing a little will help you. All right, fantastic. Yes, I tortured you long enough.
Oh, I'm so tired.
I know, this is exhausting.
Yeah.
We'll continue with this next week. So I'd like you to read the rest of this. I'll
Yeah.
send you that song because I would like you to learn a song.
Okay, I'll try.
You can do it. I know you can.
I'll try my best.
What did you learn over the last 2 hours?
I learned a lot of useful sounds. I
Mm.
I I didn't learn before. before before.
Before.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It's
It
pretty
was pretty
good.
good.
Say it like you mean it. Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Ow, I like that. Right on.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Time to
yeah.
relax.
Oh,
All right. I will see you next
next Monday.
week.
Yeah.
You're making fantastic. Very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You. I can hear the difference. I can. Okay. Have a
That's
good
great.
night.
Yeah. See you later. See you later.
Okay. See you. Bye bye.
Bye.